Hello and welcome to this edition of Ritter's Rant. The theme of today is golf. Some people might say, why golf? It's an obscure game played by, Western, I guess, elitists. Although it is becoming more and more the game for the working class. But you know, it's a game that's often mocked. I think one of the greatest books of about golf is called "A Good Walk Spoiled." Um, I've been playing golf my entire life, and my wife makes fun of me every time I head out to the golf course. She just doesn't understand the allure of walking around smacking a little white ball with a club, getting frustrated when it doesn't go where it's supposed to go. Um, but that's not why I'm talking about golf. I'm talking about golf because golf is considered to be one of the great tests of um, a person's integrity. It's not so much about the skill that you possess on the golf course, it's about the etiquette that you possess. You can learn more about a man, who he is, about his integrity, about his ethics, playing around a golf with him than you can about just about anything else. Because golf is one of these games where the referee is yourself. There's nobody standing over your shoulder looking to see if you obey the rules. When you hit a ball into the rough or the long grass, it's just you and the ball. And only you knows what happened. You know that if you grounded your club and the ball moved, did it? Who's gonna tell on you? You have to tell on yourself. That's what golf is about. You just you know when you're in a sand trap and you're lining up, if your club grounds hits the sand, that's a stroke. Nobody may have seen it. It didn't advance the ball at all. No harm, no foul, right? No, the rules of the game are quite clear. And that's the thing about golf is it's about the rules of the game. It's about the etiquette of the game. This is why you learn so much about a person by playing a round of golf. Yes, we all have missed the putt and cursed in the sky. We may have shaken our club in anger. We're only human. I'm not talking about the occasional outbursts of anger that come with this game. Maybe not too. Maybe it's not so rare. But what I'm talking about is that moment when it counts. Let's call it a tournament, and you're in contention and you're where nobody can see you and something happens. The ball gets moved. The ball moves backwards. You can't find the ball. You thought you knew where you hit it, but it's not there. And now you know that if it's a lost ball, you have to go back to where you hit it, take that stroke and hit it again. Or do you just reach into your pocket and drop another ball? Nobody saw it. Maybe move it to an advantageous lie. It's not, I mean, you hit it right here. You know it should be here. And then you hit the ball onto the green, you make the putt, and you win the tournament or you win the round and you declare yourself a winner. But did you win? The answer is no, you didn't. Not at all. Now, why am I bringing this up? Because there's a video right now making the rounds showing President Trump playing golf in Scotland. And he's driving around in a cart and he's heading toward the tall grass to the left of a sand bunker. And he has two men walking ahead wearing, their colored vests, safety vests. And one of them clearly reaches down and drops a ball onto the ground. And Trump comes up, sees the ball, and proceeds to play it as if it is his. But it's not. It was dropped by a caddy. It's not his ball. Why did he do it? Now, this isn't just your casual golfer or a fun run. Donald Trump's a man who claims to have won just about every club championship and every golf course he's a member of. I mean, he owns three of the most elite playing golf courses in Florida: Jupiter, West Palm Beach, Doral, and he's a club champion of them all. He wins everything apparently. When he goes in there, he's the longest hitter, the straightest hitter, the best putter. I mean, my God, this is Donald Trump. He's the world's greatest. Now, according to some people, he hits the ball pretty well. His short game's not as good because it requires a lot of practice, but his putting is decent. But for a man his age to be winning club championships, It's suspect. And if you dig into it, you find out that he's just a cheater, straight up cheater. I mean, cheating of the worst sort. It's not just about, lying about, moving your ball and proving your lie. He will throw people's balls in the sand bunkers. He will put people's ball in the water. He'll do anything to have an advantage so he can declare himself the winner. And this is just not indicative of a man of honor, a man of integrity, a man of character, just the opposite. Sort of fits every stereotype people have about a New York City real estate, a business person. Liars, cheaters. They put down false information. They exaggerate costs. They cut corners in construction. I mean, everything bad you can think about is what a New York City real estate person is, and that's Donald Trump in a nutshell. And you'd like to say, well, maybe he can redeem himself. Maybe that's just the way he does business, but deep inside, he's a good man, a man of integrity. I'm telling you right now, you can tell more about a person's integrity, about their character, by playing around the golf with them than you can just about anything else. And if you play around the golf with Donald Trump, one thing comes out for certain. He's a cheater. He's a liar. Is this really the man we want to be our president representing us? I mean, because this does carry over. This is a man who has withdrawn America from some very important arms control agreements, the JCPOA, the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, the Iran nuclear deal, where Iran wasn't making a nuclear bomb and everybody knew it. He pulled out. And now what? We're on the cusp of war. We actually dropped bombs on Iran because of Donald Trump. He claims that he wants a better deal. He doesn't want a better deal. He wants Donald Trump's deal. Just like he doesn't really want to win a golf club championship. He just wants to proclaim himself to be the winner. I mean, there's a story where a guy actually won the club championship, but Donald Trump, came back and said, yeah, you didn't win because I didn't get to play. And so they're on the golf course. He says, we're going to play right now. We're going to play right now. And the winner goes in. So they're playing. And this is the one where the guy and his son hit their balls on the green. Donald Trump hit his ball in the water. By the time the guys get up to the green, Donald Trump's caddy had thrown the son's ball into the water and put Donald Trump's ball on the green. And Donald Trump said, no, my ball is on the green. He makes the putt to claim victory. He didn't win. He's a cheater. He's a scam artist. He's a con. That's not golf. That's something else. Donald Trump withdrew from the Intermediate Nuclear Forces Treaty. He did so in a way that threatened international peace and security. Today, we have now a situation where the Russians have deployed the Oreshnik intermediate range missile, a missile system that couldn't have existed if that treaty was still in place. The United States is getting ready to deploy the Dark Eagle intermediate range missile into Europe. Now we have a situation takes it right back to the 1980s, where we were on the cusp of thermonuclear war because of these destabilizing weapons. Donald Trump did that, not because it was done out of honor or integrity or sense of genuine concern for the national security of the United States. He did it on a whim because he thought he could get a better deal. He thought he could do things better, the Trump way. See, Donald Trump can't accept anybody doing well in anything. He can only accept Donald Trump winning everything. So there can't be a treaty unless it's Donald Trump's treaty. But how could you do business? How could you negotiate with this liar, this man who doesn't know what integrity is, this man who can't make a deal without looking at, into what's best for us, not caring at all what's right for everyone? No, golf isn't a good walk spoiled. Golf is the glorious game. Just talk to Ben Crenshaw. Ben Crenshaw is a man who has come to epitomize, the glory of golf, the history of golf, the dignity of golf. Ben Crenshaw won the Masters tournament back in 1984. The Masters, this is Bobby Jones' tournament in Augusta, Georgia. I mean, it is sort of the touchstone of golf. In 1995, he came back. His longtime swing coach, Harvey Pinnock, had died the day before, a couple days before. Crenshaw had to go back and bury this man who taught him the game of golf. A very emotional time for Ben Crenshaw. And yet he turned around and he won the 1995 Masters tournament in honor of his swing coach. This is the kind of guy that he is. And he didn't win by cheating. He won by playing the game straight up. See, that's what happens if you do things right, if you play with integrity, if you have integrity. if you honor the etiquette, if you honor the, the glory, the history of whatever you're involved in, good things will result. But when you cheat, when you kick the ball, when you drop the ball, when you move the ball, it may come down as a win on your scorecard, but it's not a win in life. And when you're the president of the United States and you're responsible for the lives of 340 plus million Americans and billions of people around the world, we don't want a guy that kicks the ball, drops the ball, moves the ball. We want a guy that counts every stroke, because that's the way life is meant to be lived. That's the way the game is meant to be played. That's my rant for the day. The next time a thought crosses my mind, I'll be sure to let you know. Thanks.